All right, so we did the 2/10 problem. I'm gonna do just a few more because I feel like the more you do it, the easier it will get. So I'm gonna show you a couple of fractions and how I would use this chart to change them to decimals. So I'm gonna give you this fraction. So let's say we have the fraction 5/10. 5/10. That's not even the number 1 yet. So again, in this ones place, I'm going to put a 0 because it's not even the number 1 yet. My next place would be the tenths. Do I have any tenths? Yes, I have 5 of them. So I will put a 5 in the tenths place, and then that's all I have. So 5/10 as a decimal is written as 0.5, but they're both read as 5/10. All right, I'm gonna give you another one. Let's say we had the fraction, I'll do a hundredths this time, 43 hundredths. So as a fraction, that is written as 43 hundredths. Okay, again, it's still not even the number 1. So in the ones place, I will put a 0. Now look, tenths and hundredths. When I look at this fraction, I read it as 43 hundredths. So how many hundredths do I have? I have 43 hundredths. So I need to write 43. Now here's where this is really, really important. I had to put the 4 in the tenths place. If I hadn't, it would have scooched over and it would have looked like this. So let's say I thought, nope, I don't have any tenths. I need to keep that as a 0. And then I put 43 hundredths. Well, now look what happened. That 3 went over into the thousandths place. And from the video you watched earlier, now this isn't read as 43 hundredths, it's read as 43 thousandths. And we don't want that. The fraction is not thousands, it's hundredths. So that would be a mistake. We don't want to do that. We would want it to end in the hundredths place like this. So to change that to a decimal, that becomes 0.43, just like that. Okay, I'm going to show you a mixed number because you will see those today on your homework too. So mixed numbers, remember those are the ones that have a whole number and a fraction. So let's say we had 1 6/10. So I would write that as 1 6/10. I can change that to a decimal, and I'm going to use this chart to help me. So this one's unique though because 1 is a whole number. We actually do have a 1. So in the ones place, rather than writing 0, I'm going to write 1. Now moving on to the tenths place. Do I have any tenths? Well, yeah, I have 6/10. So in the tenths place, I would put a 6. And we would read this as 1 6/10. So when changing it to a decimal, it becomes 1.6, just like this, 1.6. All right, I'm going to do one more mixed number. So let's say I have 2 45 hundredths. So we would write it as 2 45 hundredths. So this one is unique like the one I just showed you because it does have a hole, and this time it has 2 holes. So in the ones place, I would write 2. Now moving on, tenths and hundredths. How many hundredths do I have? Well, I have 45 hundredths. So I would again need to put 45 and make sure that it ends in the hundredths place, not the thousandths. So it would be 2.45 or 2 45 hundredths. So that changes to 2.45. 2 45 hundredths. So that's how you would change that to a decimal.